Shang Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings was a very successful movie for Marvel Studios, especially compared to most of the other Phase 4 movies from the MCU. But especially looking at it from a fan reception perspective, a lot of people say this is one of the best MCU movies. It really was a great film, a great introduction to this character of Shang-Chi. So it should be no surprise at all that we are getting a sequel. The only thing is that first movie came out, I believe, in 2021, I think. Yeah, it was 2021. It is now 2024, and we've heard no official updates. I mean, it's been confirmed a sequel's in development, but you would think that they would have been working on it more in depth at this point. Now, it turns out that they have, just, behind the scenes, and we haven't been hearing as many official updates as maybe we would have liked. But it is confirmed, obviously, Simu Liu will return as Shang-Chi. Also, Destin Daniel Cretton will return to write and direct. And this sequel, according to Daniel RPK, will be going into production next year in 2025, which I think is great because then that means most likely a 2026 release date. Does that mean possibly it'll come out before Avengers 5? Because it's not called the Kang Dynasty anymore, but whatever Avengers 5 is, or will it be after? Will it be in between that and Secret Wars? We don't know. That'll remain to be seen. But definitely this is going to have some huge ties into these next two Avengers movies when it comes to time travel and the multiverse. Because it has been rumored for the longest time that this movie would be called Shang-Chi and the Wreckage of Time. Which at this point, because the rumor's been out there for so long, for all we know, they might end up changing it just to surprise us or whatever, I guess. But I think it's a pretty cool name, to be completely honest. And so Daniel RPK, in his little post where he was talking about it going into production in 2025, he also said that, yes, time travel will be involved here, which I'm a little conflicted on because, I like that this would bring Simu Liu's Shang-Chi more into the fold and make more sense for him to have a connection to these next two Avengers movies, but it also kind of feels a little out of place because that first movie was, there was dragons in it and you had the 10 rings and everything, but for the most part, it was kind of a grounded movie. And to take it to such a different level for the sequel, I guess, go big or go home and, make it bigger and better, but I don't know exactly what this would be. What would Shang-Chi be doing time traveling? This could be connected to our post-credit scene from Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, where we had him meeting with the Avengers, with Wong, with Bruce Banner, and Captain Marvel. So we could have some other Avengers involved here as well. Maybe this will be a Civil War type movie where we have other Avengers involved. I don't really know. Would Kang be involved here? That's also up in the air because we don't even know if Kang is going to be in the next Avengers movie. But I guess we'll see on that. But it's definitely interesting, for sure. But even more interestingly to me, especially with how they're going to tie this into the time travel stuff, actually, now that I think about it, could kind of work, is we are also going to see Iron Fist involved in this film as well. Again, according to Daniel RPK, Iron Fist will be in Shang-Chi 2, which could go a couple different ways. This is something that, with the first movie, was, I don't know if it was rumored, but it was definitely theorized by fans that, Shang-Chi could show up because, Kunlun could be like a neighboring place to where Shang-Chi is from. So that could have been interesting, and that could be something they go for here as well. But then the question would, of course, be, is it going to be Danny Rand? Because that was actually something I made a video about back in January after Echo came out and it was confirmed that the Marvel Netflix shows were canon to the MCU. For the most part, I made a whole video about Iron Fist and what are they going to do with Iron Fist, because everything from the Marvel Netflix shows, for the most part, we want to be canon and we want all those actors to come back, except for Finn Jones. He's the one actor that most people agree are like, yeah, we can recast that one. We can just ignore the whole Iron Fist show, and I would be cool with that. If they brought him back, all right, fine, whatever. But I'd be cool with them not doing that. So the question would be, first of all, would you bring back Finn Jones for Danny Rand? And second of all, would you even use Danny Rand? I talked about that in that Iron Fist video. Would they bring back Danny Rand as a character? And if not, would they use the second Iron Fist from the comics, which again I talked about in that video? Or what at this point I think is most likely is a female version of the Iron Fist, which a lot of people are going to be upset about because, oh, they're making it woke and all this stuff. But there's been many Iron Fists throughout the centuries, so it makes sense that it's somewhere along the line there would be a female Iron Fist. There was a female Iron Fist in the comics at one point. Obviously, in the Iron Fist show, we saw Colleen Wing became the Iron Fist at the end of that show, so there's precedence for it. But it's been rumored for a bit now that a female version of an Iron Fist will be introduced in the upcoming Black Panther Eyes of Wakanda series, which is an animated show that will debut on Disney Plus at some point this year. And that is going to be a show that explores the history of past kings and queens of Wakanda. And so at some point in the history, there was a female Iron Fist that teamed up with the Black Panther. And so it's also been rumored that there's going to be a spin-off show. There's going to be an Iron Fist Disney Plus show in development for the MCU, and it's going to focus on that female Iron Fist introduced in the Eyes of Wakanda. So could this be the same character that is then just going to make the jump to live action for Shang Chi 2? Possibly. Or it could be that female Iron Fist is historical ancient Iron Fist, and it will lay the groundwork for then in present day of the MCU we will then see our present day Danny Rand or whoever the present day Iron Fist is. That could make sense, but then also again it could be the female Iron Fist, because if time travel is involved with Shang-Chi 2, then that's how things could work out there. But really, this whole situation is just really interesting. I'm really excited we're going to be getting Iron Fist in Shang-Chi 2. The time travel thing is interesting. I don't really know how it's going to work, but I'm definitely intrigued to find out. And Shang-Chi was a great movie, so I'm really excited to see what we get from the sequel. I'm glad Simu Liu is back, Destin Daniel Cretton's back, most of the cast will be returning, so that's all really exciting for me. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about this news that Shang-Chi 2 is going into production next year? It's coming soon-ish, and that we're getting time travel and Iron Fist in this sequel. So thanks for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video and hit the subscribe button so I keep up to date on everything that goes on in the Marvel life.